Battle with the Seattle Seahawks. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A huge play there right off the bat. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Flushed out right. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked up by Amber Thomas. And the Niners are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lance, a give now to Sermon.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Well, these two teams faced off earlier in the year, right around mid-season, back in Week 9. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
On the handoff, Sermon.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll try and run for the first with Sermon.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll swing this complete out to Hill. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Back to throw.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 35.
And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The drive starts with a carry by Sermon.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here's Lance to throw it. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. We're scoreless after 1.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That's caught by Werner, the tight end.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal from the 3. Sermon.
Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Again with Sermon.
And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And hindsight 2020, I think they probably should have gone for the field goal, right?
The 3 points would look really good right now. But I think what we just saw there, analytics really starting to creep into the game because more and more teams are saying the more you go for it, the better your odds of getting it, the better your odds of scoring 6 points instead of 3. They took a chance there. It just didn't pay off.
Yeah, right here, the anti-analytics guys go thumbs up. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
These two teams, they met up in Seattle earlier in the year with the Seahawks coming away victorious. So a win here in Santa Clara would give them the season series. Here's 2nd and 8. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tre'Davious Moore. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in this. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. This will be caught at Samuel. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And they'll run with Sermon. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. They'll try again.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Lance going to sneak it, and he'll get it. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterback, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. Ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. And they'll run with Sermon to begin the drive. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
56 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. This to the outside, it's Sermon.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Giving up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. Now Lance on the bootleg. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Back to throw now on 1st down. He'll swing that out to Edmonds. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Zimmerman. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Zimmerman. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Stephon Diggs in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are now just an extra point away from moving out in front.
Extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And they take the lead here at 7-6.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Pulls it in at the 13. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, putting some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
On play action, Lance. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
That's out to the flat for Edmonds.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyreek Hill. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown.
Extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And the lead is up to 8. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now Lance again.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Here's Sermon.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers.
Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers move back within a couple of the lead. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
It's all pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there on the catch and run. Pretty good timing. He waited just enough for that post play to develop and laid it right in there.
And you know what a lot of teams do when they decide to throw a post route? Because it's a little bit longer developing play. They max protect, bring everyone in, keep the tight end in, an extra back to make sure the quarterback has time to deliver the football.
And he stopped immediately there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They go back to Carson here on 2nd.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown.
Zach Davidson.
His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead.
Extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Throwing now is Lance. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he is going to have a Niners 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Again, it's Lance. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off near the 44. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Sione Takitaki gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jonathan Abram picks it.
And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly, his 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Seahawks are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
49ers 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They run once more with Sermon.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Sermon. Sermon with space, a 1st down, and then some.
And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line.
97 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Watch twitch. Watch twitch. Switch.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on?
Great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
This will be caught. It's Samuel. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back.
And now here is another interception. Trey Flowers picks it.
And the Seahawks will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the 4th quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
On play action, they'll throw. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. They'll look to throw here. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. He'll look to throw. He is going to find Hill here. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
I can hear it right now that most people in our business are saying, why aren't they running the football? But I happen to agree with this strategy. They've had success all game long. I don't think they should go away from it. Too often, teams go into that protect mode and end up giving away the football. This team has stayed aggressive and is working out for them.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyreek Hill, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Seahawks extend this fourth quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Extra point by Nagar is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Niners take over on 1st and 10.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left.
And my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. Well, so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And now here is another interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It got his man complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, 82 yards. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Badgley on for the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And Hill will opt for the touchback.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2nd and 10.
He'll drop to throw. Going deep for Diggs.
And that one almost intercepted. Could have been his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And going deep for Hill. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are right back in this football game.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Seahawks, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they fall under 500 now as they